Confucius teachings: cultivate yourself at 30, humble yourself at 50, and find peace at 70. Each stage of life is a journey filled with experiences. The earlier you accumulate knowledge, the more peaceful your life will be in the later years. Confucius, one of the most renowned philosophers in Asia, taught people how to live righteously, with morals, and with respect for the law. In China and many other Asian countries, temples, schools, and shops still display portraits of Confucius, along with his teachings. His profound wisdom can be found in his writings, and below are 10 of Confucius' sayings that can guide you through life. Cultivate yourself at 30. At 30, you are mature enough to establish your career and take care of yourself. This is the phase where one must define their place in society. As Confucius said, "At 30 I stood firm," which means establishing oneself, creating a family, and building a career. Firstly, establishing oneself involves cultivating one's character and refining oneself. This encompasses 3 aspects: nurturing thoughts, developing morality, and strengthening personal abilities and self-reliance. Developing personal abilities and self-reliance is fundamental in determining one's life path. Only you can help yourself. Living independently, without relying on others, allows you to overcome life's challenges and earn respect. Secondly, building a career involves creating the work and career path you aspire to. By this age, one should have a stable job to support themselves and their family. To have a stable career, one must possess certain skills or expertise. Building a career is a means to financial independence and contributes to personal and societal value. However, one must first establish oneself before pursuing a career. Thirdly, establishing a family is about starting your own family. The fast-paced development of society today requires young people to continuously strive and compete, often delaying marriage to focus on career development. Biologically, this age is optimal for having children. At 30, people become more aware of their responsibilities in marriage and family. Therefore, the most important aspect at 30 is self-cultivation. Establishing a career and family is a personal choice that should align with individual circumstances and goals. Humble yourself at 50. At 50, people start to comprehend the principles of nature and understand life's basic rules. By this age, most have a good grasp of natural and social laws, understand themselves, and have experienced life's ups and downs. They tend to live more calmly, without anger or complaints. At 50, health is no longer as robust as it was at 30 or 40, so people come to value their health as an invaluable asset. This age brings a deeper appreciation for health, leading to a greater focus on nurturing and maintaining it. At 50, one should learn to control their emotions, avoiding being easily swayed or disturbed by life's events. After years of hard work, many at 50 have achieved a certain level of financial stability, so it's time to reduce the desire for wealth and fame. This period should be devoted more to the spouse who has shared life's struggles, cherishing relationships, and those who have supported them throughout life. Attain contentment at 70. By 70, those who have maintained their core values and established a place in society will find that life flows smoothly. After enduring life's hardships and challenges, they understand the importance of living in harmony with nature. This doesn't mean giving up, but rather adapting to any situation. At 70, health is not as strong as it was at 30, so it's essential to focus on activities that bring personal joy. Life's journey is unique for each person, with different challenges and successes. However, reflecting on Confucius' teachings, which he summarized from his life experiences, can lead to a fulfilling life. Living vibrantly through each phase of life ensures that, by 70, you can look back on a life filled with wonderful memories. What is the next line after? Life and death are fated, wealth and honor are from heaven. The phrase life and death are fated, wealth and honor are from heaven is likely familiar to many people. But few know that there is a story behind this saying. This saying originates from a conversation between two of Confucius' disciples, Sima Zheng, also known as Zhi Na Yu, and Zixia, recorded in the Analects Nenhuai. Sima Zheng hailed from a noble family during the Song dynasty. His three older brothers instigated a rebellion, but Sima Zheng firmly opposed it. After the rebellion failed, his brothers were either killed or fled. At that time, Sima Zheng chose to stay alone rather than follow his brothers, but he still felt very lonely. One day, he saw his fellow students laughing and talking happily. Thinking about his own situation, he felt even more isolated and couldn't help but say to Zixia, "Everyone has siblings, but I do not." Zixia, one of Confucius' most trusted disciples in his later years, comforted him by saying, "I often hear that life and death are fated, wealth and honor are from heaven. A gentleman acts cautiously to avoid mistakes, treats people with respect and proper etiquette, then everyone in the world becomes his sibling. Why worry about not having siblings?" The saying, "Life and death are fated, wealth and honor are from heaven," is probably well known to everyone, and the saying "all within the four seas are brothers" is also very familiar. However, many may not know about the specific conversation and the entire story behind it. In reality, these words are very meaningful and carry profound moral lessons. Some people believe that the view on fate expressed in life and death are fated, wealth and honor are from heaven is relatively pessimistic. Unlike modern views such as fate is determined by oneself, not by heaven or man can conquer heaven, which reflect the courage to fight against destiny. However, this is not the case. Such grandiose statements are the least reliable. At the very least, humans have no way to control their own birth, aging, illness, and death. So how can they control their own fate? Therefore, the ancient view on fate, life and death are fated, wealth and honor are from heaven, is very realistic and wise. This perspective is not negative. People can still actively pursue and achieve what they want. However, it acknowledges that not everything one desires can be achieved. In such cases, one must accept the situation with an open heart. Ultimately, humans cannot control their fate, and wealth and honor are not solely the result of hard work. Moreover, even after acquiring them, they may not bring lasting peace. Therefore, the traditional concept of fate is incredibly wise. Zixia's words of comfort to Sima Zheng are significant. While we cannot control all the encounters in life, there are things we can control, such as choosing our attitude, being cautious in our actions to avoid mistakes, and treating others with respect and courtesy. These are within our power. Those who achieve this will be loved and trusted by others, forming strong bonds with many friends and companions. Therefore, why should a gentleman worry about not having siblings? Zixia's advice is practical and wise. Some say, "I am so poor that all I have left is money," referring to a person who, despite their wealth, has lost the trust, care, and valuable aspects of life, such as family and friends. In that moment, they feel truly impoverished. The attitude towards life and the way of dealing with people that Zixia mentioned can dissolve worries and help form deep friendships with people everywhere, making everyone like family. Only then can one truly be considered rich and happy. This shows that ancient Confucian scholars valued good relationships with others as a significant achievement in life, and this has great merit. How did Confucius teach his disciples? Confucius spent his entire life considering the inheritance of traditional culture as his mission. He also valued education and the moral transformation of people. In the Analects Nenhuai, it is said, "The master treats his subjects with kindness week after week," meaning that Confucius methodically and skillfully guided people. In the Analects Jui, It is stated the master teaches people based on their different levels of ability, meaning that Confucius taught people according to each individual's capacity. Through the following stories, it can be seen that Confucius educated his students even in daily interactions. Confucius taught his disciples about ethics and interpersonal relationships. Once, Confucius and his disciples discussed the ethics of interpersonal relationships. Zai Lu said, "When others treat you well, you treat them well. When others do not treat you well, you do not reciprocate their treatment." Confucius commented, "This is a way of conduct that lacks the ethical and ritual propriety of minority ethnic groups." Expanding on this, to genuinely treat everyone in the world sincerely is the true form of benevolent treatment. Kong said, "When others treat you well, you treat them well. When others do not treat you well, you lead them toward goodness." Confucius commented, "This is how friendships are formed." Nanhui said, "When others treat you well, you treat them well. When others do not treat you well, you still treat them well and lead them toward goodness." Confucius commented, "This is how familial relationships are formed." If you can expand this to treat everyone in the world with sincere kindness, that is true benevolent treatment for all. Confucius' words when bidding farewell to his students. Zai Lu had to go far for a period and came to bid farewell to his teacher. Confucius said, "Do you want me to give you a chariot or give you a few words of advice?" Zai Lu said, "Please, master, give me a few words." Confucius said, "Never stop striving to improve yourself, and you will achieve great goals. Do not be lazy in doing your work well, or you cannot obtain good results. Do not treat others insincerely and calculatively, or you cannot get close to people. Do not neglect the importance of trust, or you cannot expect others to keep their trust in you. Do not lack sincerity and humility with others, or you cannot conform to proper rituals." If you can apply these 5 principles in your conduct and work, you can sustain your achievements for a long time. Zai Lu thanked his teacher for the guidance and set off on his journey. 3 acts of benevolence in Bopa. 3 years after Zai Lu governed in Bopa, Confucius happened to pass by, arriving at the border area. He praised, saying, "Zai Lu has done well, being respectful and trustworthy." Upon entering the city, Confucius further praised, "Zai Lu has done very well, being loyal and magnanimous." When visiting the office where Zai Lu worked, Confucius remarked, "Zai Lu has done exceptionally well, being clear-headed and decisive." Kong found this strange and held his belt, asking Confucius, "Master, you have not met Zai Lu yet you have praised him 3 times. Please tell me where Zai Lu has done well." Confucius said, "When I arrived here, I saw that the fields were orderly, the land was fertile, weeds were cleared, and the irrigation systems in the fields were deepened. This is because Zai Lu is respectful, careful, and trustworthy, which encourages farmers to work diligently. Entering the town, I saw that the house walls were sturdy, the market was bustling, and the trees were healthy. This is thanks to Zai Lu's loyalty and generosity, which prevent the people from quarreling and fighting. The government office is clean, and the officials below are diligent and dedicated. This is because Zai Lu governs with clear judgment and benevolent policies that do not burden the people. It seems these are the results that Zai Lu has achieved. Although I have praised Zai Lu 3 times in a row, I cannot possibly mention all of Zai Lu's merits." Later, Bopa became known as a land of triple benevolence. Upholding righteousness requires correcting wrongs. Kong asked Confucius, "Master, when Minister Qi Jinggong requests your advice on how to make the court's administration transparent, You said the court's administration is transparent by saving finances. Minister Lu Ai Gong asked for your advice on making the court's administration transparent. And you said the court's administration is transparent by educating the officials. Minister So Dai Fu Diep Gong asked for your advice on making the court's administration transparent. And you said the court's administration is transparent by making those nearby happy and those far away willing to submit. 3 people asked the same question. Why did you answer differently? Isn't there only one correct explanation? Confucius replied, that is because each person is in a different circumstance. Minister Qi Jinggong governs the country with extravagant palaces and vast hunting grounds. So I said, handle the court's administration by saving finances. Minister Lu Ai Gong has 3 powerful officials, Mang Tuan, Chu Tuan, and Kwai Tuan, who form factions domestically and oppress tributary states abroad. So I said, handle the court's administration by educating the officials. As for Minister So, the territory is vast but the cities are small, and the people are still divided, unwilling to settle peacefully. Therefore, I said, handle the court's administration by making those nearby happy and those far away willing to submit. These are different ways of handling different circumstances. Different circumstances require different approaches. In the Book of Songs, it is said after enduring long periods of chaos and disaster, the people are extremely poor, 1-2, and distressed, yet the court does not provide any relief. This laments the calamities caused by extravagance and waste. It also says, those petty men who flatter the officials always make false accusations mocking the chaos caused by scheming ministers who blind the rulers. Furthermore, it states, in times of chaos, there is sorrow from separation and the pain of death and destruction. Where can one run to in the end? This refers to the harms caused by disunity. Considering these 3 aspects, how can we solve the difficulties in governance by using the same approach? A gentleman is careful everywhere. Zai Kong served as a high official in Xianyang. When he was about to take office and came to bid farewell to Confucius, Confucius said, you must be diligent and hardworking, careful, and must direct agricultural production based on natural weather conditions. Do not seize or plunder, Zikong replied. Since my youth, I have followed you, master. How could I ever commit the crime of plundering? Confucius said, you do not yet understand deeply. Using talented and virtuous people to replace talented and virtuous people is called seizing. Using unskilled people to replace talented people is called punishing. Relaxing laws while imposing harsh punishments is called violence. Taking all the good for oneself is called theft. Theft is not just about stealing material possessions. I have heard that virtuous officials, acting according to the law, help everyone benefit. Vicious officials cause harm to everyone, which is the root of people's grievances. Rectifying the appointment of officials, there is nothing better than fairness. When faced with material possessions, there is nothing better than integrity. Integrity and fairness do not change. Concealing others' good points is equivalent to wasting talented individuals. Internally not advising but externally slandering each other makes harmonious living impossible. A person who cultivates ethics has nothing that is careless. Being strict with oneself and generous with others allows one to use one's virtues and wisdom to create blessings for all people. Confucius' thoughts not only influenced his students but also had a profound impact on East Asian culture. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. We love hearing from you, so drop a comment below with your thoughts or any questions you have. Your feedback helps us create better content for you. See you in the next video.